shout out to Fine Highs, aka Fine Highs, because she's my Fine Highs, and nobody else's, because, I'm Phoenix Wright, and you're not Phoenix, you're Phoenix wrong. but Don Tigre, his bitch ass, that's why I took his highs. That no good conniving dictator would have manipulative conniving dictator.
You both look the same to me.
Hey guys, it's me, Phoenix Wright. Here's my badge. It's my attorney badge or something. I need a piece of cardboard.
Just draw like the Don Tigre badge.
Somebody say cracking? It sounds like my job. Oh, I miss Edgeworth. Here's my badge.
What the hell is that?
That looks terrible. You look like an Asian dude.
I wonder why. January 8th, 9:46 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 1.
Good morning, Mr. Wright.
Oh, good morning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that threw me off.
Wait, what? When did NETTERZ start losing mine? I'm so confused.
They were covering the cactus isn't here.
Oh.
So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well, and ended on a giant mystery.
That's Tung Sahur. We still haven't solved a single part of it yet.
Are you okay, Nick?
Yeah. Of course.
Hey, saw that, weirdo? That little flash of doubt in your eyes?
More like a flash of Edgeworth. That was a doubt. That was, hunger to succeed.
Don't I believe you?
It's nearly time, Maggey. You better get going to the defendant's seat.
Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you.
I can't even count.
Hey, pal.
Hey! Detective Dick.
Quit stressing Maggey out. She doesn't need that. Like, you can hear her voice is different and everything.
Oh, you said stretch for a second, but okay.
I was watching through the doorway.
Oh. Okay. I guess I don't mind if it's you.
You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Yeah, maybe this'll help.
Huh? Have you taken up sniffing stuff too?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me you don't remember this thing.
I'm gonna think of it, That one fishy guy behind the supermarket did give that to me before my butthole started hurting.
The small bottle that turned up in Trebion's kitchen a couple days ago.
Oh.
Wow, look at all these little bottles.
Oh. Yeah, aromatherapy oils. So many. Is that piss?
Hey, wait a minute. This bottle has something different compared to the others.
What do you know? Doesn't have a label either.
And it smells like shit.
Finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So, is it the poison?
I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication.
Medication?
Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently.
For ears, you mean?
Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum.
What was the Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that?
Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour, they might have gotten something on the prints, but...
It's gonna weaken its impact as a piece of evidence.
Okay, pal. This is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable.
Oh, the baby's yours.
What?
And my water broke. Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done. Or if my name isn't Phoenix Wright. 'Cause I'm not Phoenix wrong.
January 8, 10 a.m. District Court number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggey Bird.
The defense is ready, my Jill Yang.
Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor.
Yeah, like a good boy.
Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claimed that witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. The witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems.
The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand.
Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's accounts, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions in a single case have. Whoa, Nick. I can't read.
I think Maya's a phony too.
Are you the real Maya?
I'm not a fraud!
Looks like you have an imposter on your own side, right? Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
You've lost me already, Mr. Godot.
Well, don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today.
Oh yeah.
Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules.
Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions?
You know the answers to these riddles. Oh,
Judge.
wait, that's you. Never mind.
Oh,
He's a mind reader.
thank you, Mr. Godot, as always.
The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent.
It was throwing a different scent, if you catch my drift.
And today I'll prove it.
Very well. Let the first witness take the stand.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am John Armstrong, the owner and head chef at La Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté.
Oh my god.
That bit was nasty.
Shawty, little baddie.
Shawty, my little dude.
Whoa, is it crazy?
That's a
Forgive
woman.
me for asking, witness, but are you snatched up as fuck?
Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I'm le pert and perky gentleman, no?
Kind of cringe.
On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right?
Thanks, right.
With you, monsieur.
Uh-huh.
Everything feels right.
Okay.
Wow.
No comment.
He's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? There's about 19 inches of venom.
Very well, your testimony, witness, please.
We crave a femboy.
Tell the court what happened that day at Trey Bean.
Oui. Volunteers. When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new article that day, like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. The cup, the earpiece, and the glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse, no?
Mirror!
Oui, und grand mirror, la most enormous mirror.
And suddenly the mystery disappears.
He's like, yep, that checks everything out.
Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it.
That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front, in and out, up and down.
What the heck? It is way, way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
I don't think I want to cross-examine him. And who are the two customers exactly?
Nah, of course, the young man who died and the other not so young man. The one with a big bowl on his face. Did I just replace it?
You are referring to yesterday's witness, I presume.
What about the other man Maggey says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't playing it as close as existence.
We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we?
I'm hard. And I have the evidence, alright. I guess I'll have to try a different approach. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Are we talking about like Lizzo, Chief Keef, or like, I don't know, maybe Dave Blunt's?
Buff? What the fuck's a buff?
Both.
Buff?
Both of these.
Bofa. Something about 4 meters wide and we about 2 meters high.
Alright, I set a mirror not to explain the girth of my veiny dick, alright?
Why do you see that has a mirror? I need it so I can capture your likeness in its full frame. I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually.
The ceiling? Is there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember.
I know, but I decided not to go with it in the end. It was too heavy.
What should I do? Should I ask you more about the mirror or not?
Press on him.
Press harder in him.
So good.
Start taking him out.
Touch me hard.
Dig out some lies out of him. You really had such a large mirror in the restaurant. Someone would have noticed it. There's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggey's Bird's testimonies.
But...
Objection! Sorry, I lost my voice. You didn't ask Trite. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work.
And there's so many phonies in
Sounds the
here.
exact same.
Nanikore.
A mirror was delivered to the Très Bien the day before the incident.
Really?
Honestly, right? They say the early worm gets eaten by the early bird, so maybe you shouldn't jump to conclusions. As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes, and as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end.
Wait, what the? Is this guy alright? I could have sworn he sounded different a second ago. The mirror was delivered to Très Bien. Doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime.
If you want to doubt someone, try look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough.
So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in the mirror.
But that doesn't make sense because his earpiece was still in his left ear and that would have been mirrored too.
Oh shit.
Maybe we're starting with the man in the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so smart.
Shit, I'm pulling apart my own case here.
Coffee cup, earpiece, and the H&D. Let's think back over to Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we?
Oh, wait, okay.
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green rings in his lips. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt.
So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw that all as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
Exactement. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so unknown. Unlike
I'm so hard. Fortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head?
Oh shit.
Look at that stance, bro.
Order, order! Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's earpiece, eyepiece, and mouthpiece to be on the right eye.
Objection! How bitter. Right, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Come over here and sit.
Hey, yo.
Off your completely different.
It's
only one way to find out.
You don't understand the way the witness thinks. He's an old man.
He thinks.
You remember this, I presume?
I booked a face. Sorry. Apology. I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony.
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seed. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg?
His fat cock.
Video dude.
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
That's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg Scouter made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Or so he said.
It sounds just like him.
That's a pretty good impression.
Oh yes. They're both on his left ear. Do you hear his left ear? Huh. Well, Trite, what do you have to say to that?
Man, that's the gayest thing I ever heard, man. I saw gay, so I said gay. That's not homophobic. That was an astute observation.
It's a really good Riley impression.
So I said, glam.
Wow, I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there. Godot's good.
Maybe too good.
Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like Boyle of a contradiction you found is just a rash.
You making a joke about my crabs?
Yeah.
A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at, huh? Oh, I'll fill you in. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears.
Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans of the restaurant.
The mirror.
Starting with the man in the mirror. Allah, is everyone sitting comfortably?
No, I stand.
La mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, divided into two halves.
It was the worst design.
What
like
the
ever.
What?
There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. That was the seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way.
This changes everything.
Nope, changed absolutely nothing. But naturally, I did not touch anything else, not even his penis.
You were touching me. What about that?
Touching me.
I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
But he could not see the other man. What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all these men like this.
Don't worry about it. I'm not confused at all. I know who I am.
Is that why
We
you're
can
so
keep up.
odd?
Yes, I own that. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
I hate that guy. Damn it, him and his stiff cock.
No. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volunteers, of course. Maybe I was touching myself a little, but other than that, nothing.
We can talk about that later, but right now, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
The witness to my chambers later.
Well, he could have seen he couldn't have seen Phoenix wrong because he was not sitting at the right angle to see him in the mirror. But I don't know if that's applicable now. Have we got can we use the Tigre's photo or
just use the diagram?
This is what the old man said.
Broke the vase. Oh wait, wait,
yeah,
you're
the
okay.
vase is not there though.
It's
yeah.
the wrong vase. There's no vase.
The wrong vase.
Yeah, right, chuckle nuts. Don't you know? This piece of evidence contradicts everything the testimony we've heard, Your Honor.
The crime photo.
Well, if you look here, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist.
Oh. Should not exist. Seriously. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trite.
You should kill yourself
now.
Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement.
What is something that should not exist?
The
Can you find the contradiction?
I think it's pretty obvious. I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture. Obviously, right?
The vase?
Yeah, that's right. Phoenix, right.
What possible connection does this have with the witness's testimony?
My Jill-Yang, I love you. Sorry, wrong thing. I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table, because it very clearly contradicts this piece of evidence. There was one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all.
Objection! Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from.
Exactly, dumbass.
Huh?
There was only one conclusion we could draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Objection! Don't try to confuse this court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the mirror while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong was already testified to the contrary with his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror.
That was a terrible impression.
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear?
Ear and ear and ear and ear.
Getting me so worked up, I gotta blow some steam. You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain that what the old man saw?
If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Feel it in my veins.
Can you really solve this?
There's more than this one contradiction, man.
What do you mean?
Turn off the lights. Remember what Maggey told us? There was another man at the victim's table. And
There was a sample CD on the victim's table.
it all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up.
Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer.
Yes, my Jill-Yang. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. The victim was a phone. No, not actually.
Wait, really?
This case is riddled with contradictions, and I put the dick in those. Yet there is only one very simple answer that clears them all up.
What is that?
The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. Oh my god, I was right? Phoenix right? Yes. Victim that was Mr. Oh, wow, hold on. Whoa, it kind of tickles. Sorry.
Getting a little worked up there, right?
The victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. It was an imposter. A phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how we ended up wearing the earpiece in this left ear by mistake.
Yeah, someone called it last time.
Right. With this imposter talk, you know this is the last episode.
All in the court, settle down or I'll clear the courtroom.
He's gonna kill everyone.
Why don't you clear out of here, huh?
What did you say? I'll have you out of here like tikka masala night.
What did you say?
What did you say?
Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
Huh. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elb and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo.
Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that?
Oh, I don't know. Why would anyone want to stroke my bone? The thing is, Mr. Kudo was most insistent about this in his testimony.
The serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Remember her ankles.
So hard to believe, but
There was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggey Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee.
Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening.
No, I was looking at the victim's penis. I had no time.
I told you we'd talk about this later. If your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct?
Oh la la, this is not difficult for me.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath after all. Was there in fact a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened.
No, you don't have to do that. Just get him out of here.
The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day.
Oui. You came to make me cry. La victime, Monsieur Elk, he came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery amount, Elk became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident had occurred. No, there was no time for Fanny to do the acting.
Let me be clear. There was no mirror in the restaurant after all.
Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
What you have done is just commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong.
This is the first time you've ever
I
pointed
will
out
decide where to punish you later. I mean, how to punish you later.
I committed perjury, Your Honor. I'm lying. Oh no.
I've
been wrong.
I've been very bad.
Punish me.
We will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright, if you would.
That perjury charge a bit too well. I think he'll be in a more serious trouble after this cross-examination.
It's okay. He knows how to take it.
I'm gonna punish him. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
Oui, he comes often for my special coffee.
I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It wasn't that special. But it is special in its own way. It's worth a sip just for the experience. What do you put in that stuff?
You make me so happy, monsieur. You're most welcome anytime.
I asked for a long black, but it came with extra cream. I said it was
Sorry,
worth one
I
sip
got
and nothing
excited.
more.
So, old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. Stand ready for my arrival. At what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
I cannot remember, monsieur.
I believe we were told by the witness yesterday.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary, perverted old man, sir. Much like yourself.
Regina.
Regina.
Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness?
That incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 now.
It's after 2, huh?
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful.
I can sit here all the time and do nothing, can I?
Why are you looking to Adam Sandler's Shaquille? Monsieur Judge, everything I do, I do it for you.
Merci bien. I learned that in the bayou.
And the homoerotic tension. It's like it doesn't hit the same when it's not Phoenix and Edgeworth.
I'm enjoying this.
Glad at least one person's in a good mood. That's my little pecker.
It's having a song to it, so.
Oh, I didn't know you could hear that.
Pecker is such a nasty word.
Experience the most. Wait, go back. Go back.
Oh, wait a minute.
The timeline doesn't add up.
That means he
Because he would have found out he won the lottery too late.
I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. As you could say in a headlock.
¿Qué? ¿Qué? ¿Cómo estás?
The time in question, the victim was listening to the radio in his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week they announced the winning numbers on half of the $1 million lottery ticket.
I should call Millionaire Radio if it's only $500,000. That must be the summer Alec was listening to.
I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright.
You're so right. I wonder.
Huh?
You said the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
No, I said he came after 2 p.m. He arrived much sooner than that.
Oh.
Maybe I'm sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it at that time because I had just finished serving the lunch meal.
Get to the point, right? If you have one, that is.
That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life.
I'll show you 10 minutes.
Oh, can you make it 30?
On the air at 1:30.
Now, supposedly the victim made some noise when it was announced that he'd won.
I just hit the jackpot.
And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time.
No!
This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from each fact. This victim was an imposter acting out the poison 30 minutes after the real murder. This victim was an imposter.
My name is Cremate. I am.
Acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder.
Oh shit.
I can't get over that damn build, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that bit post nasty.
What I strive for.
Yeah,
Girls
there
that
were
poop
two
and bitches
Glen
that shit.
Elves in Trade the end that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elg acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness.
It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how would explain the time discrepancy?
Objection!
Quite a performance, right? You were almost on a roll. But sadly, this lemon's run out of juice. You lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What do you mean? I mean, I think I'm pretty solid. I mean, right here I got my dick like a glitch. Call it missing now. I mean, half this shit is my lingo. My lingo.
You're still trying to plug your bars.
Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, that it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo, was he? How do you explain then where the real Glen Elg is?
In my bedroom.
I believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at the time the real Glen Elg was already dead.
That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection!
Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the Freddy Fazbear suit.
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glen Elg, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim?
I think I might have a smidge of my intuition, but earlier, does everybody remember when like there was ash all over the floor in Tigre's office?
Mm.
That was a bit too much ash for it to have been from any cigarettes. I think he cremated, bro.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Damn.
I don't think that would be the case because they'd need a real corpse. They'd need the
Yeah,
original
no.
Elg corpse.
Wait, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. How would they find out like he died from poisoning?
Yeah, maybe.
They found out from the ashes. The ashes were pure poison.
So he died. The police came, did the autopsy report, and then he burned the body.
Yeah, then
No,
he actually played dead. Yeah, he like put like a Romeo and
but-
Juliet. You know, like the fake poison.
Glenn's
like,
dead and gone,
dead,
right?
you're
But
not
the
dead.
actor of Glenn, he took the poser to play the part, and he had Glenn Elg's license on the table, so people would be like, this is definitely Glenn Elg. So now we have 2 dead guys. One's an actor, the other guy, he's been cremated. He's already dead.
I don't like to like try and like rule out your theories until like it's confirmed, but
But
I
this
might have
is
to make an
like-
exception here. Like,
No, you don't understand. They cremated the mortician and the false autopsy report.
What if they cremated Armstrong and that Armstrong is an imposter and the real Armstrong, he was cremated and that's why he helped Don Tigre?
I think they
last
cremated the
episode?
real Phoenix Wright, and I'm actually the phony.
That's quite the theory you have, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body?
No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden.
Evidence? I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead.
Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's game theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. L concealed?
I feel like inside, because there's no real evidence.
unless he was cremated.
Unless it was cremated. The ashtray thing.
Guys. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations.
Interesting. But where could the body have been hidden inside a restaurant? You can't hide things in a restaurant.
Yes, Your Honor.
On this episode of Kitchen Nightmares, we're going to Tribulations.
Oh, hell no.
What is this?
On this
There's a
episode
body
of
in
Kitchen
here.
Nightmares, we found a dead body from a hacker and sold it with stir fries.
You can't be leaving a dead corpse here.
Look at the mess!
Who made that mess? You did it, King.
I see.
Nice supposition, but I've already seen this episode. The real question is, can you back it up? Nice supposition.
If I back it up.
You back it up?
Now I've backed you into this corner and turned you around. Can
Fast
you
enough?
back it up?
If I threw it back, could you handle that? You're not ready for this work, so watch me throw it.
Where's
throw
the
it back.
evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location, Trite?
Where's your fatty?
The bottle!
Oh,
that was found in the kitchen. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
No. I've never seen that ugly butthole before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me.
It's piss.
Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright?
Tastes like anal ointment cream. I mean,
how does he know?
Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was actually found in the kitchen at Tribulations.
Eh? Quoi? Can I say quoi? But I only use these butters, the aromatherapy oils, and my pee.
Tisk.
Yeah.
This bottle doesn't contain any aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No. Contains a medication.
What kind of medication?
Astroglide themed anal ointment cream. Yeah, Mr. L visited a gynecologist clinic and was given medication that day.
You can't be serious, Wright. It was a colorectal clinic for his ass.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed and had the lab results right here.
99% piss shitting cum.
99% of all three, or just the combination? Contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. L. Glenelg's murder hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket.
Then after that, they took the body, put it on the stove, and cremated it.
Yes. That triple T special you ate, inspired by lobster. That was actually it.
What? No wonder it tasted like ass. This colon I was eating. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
Mon Dieu.
Yeah, you say you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hit the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client Maggey Bird, however. You were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
No!
Oh, shit.
Oh, this is an extraordinary development. What else did you murder, Mr. Glenelg?
Never. I could not do such an horrible thing.
Damn, what's going on?
No, he's boss.
Uh-oh. Hey. Dang, I wish you tried me like that.
Mr. Godot.
Earth-shattering sip, bro.
The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. Godot's rules to live by. Survive now.
My brother
Daily
tried.
self-help podcast.
The slightest.
Available on all platforms.
Yeah, how many cups you've had by now? You should be dead.
Then I like to do the same to the person who've lied to me. Now,
Oh
drink
no,
up.
I'm going to get punished again.
I like to take them down with the empty cup. Listen up,
2
chef.
drinks, 1 cup.
How about a brand new? Okay, hold on. How about a brand new flavor in your ear? My H deficient. Wait, what?
Because he can't pronounce it.
Just because he's French.
Yeah. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H deficient friend?
H.
Hey, shut up.
Je vous demande pardon, please. You must hear me out. It is a trap. It's a trap. Listen to me, por favor.
No, take it.
Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong. And por favor in Spanish.
Okay.
I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it. So what? I mean, no, absolutely no. I simply,
Let's hear it. Or else you're gonna get this hot coffee all over you.
Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath against so help me God, I'll break out 2 gabbles. Run up your colon.
Is that a threat or a promise? It's clear.
What did they always say in the movies? I kinda got a bad feeling about this, my nigga.
Just so everyone knows,
Big confession.
Black, you can say the word. The word is.
Yeah, for the viewers who don't know, I am half black.
Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong.
I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me.
So you just do anything men tell you, huh?
Yeah. You were forced. I thought I was the first one.
I cannot say or I will be erased.
It's gonna get cremated.
Well, in that case, try a different question then. When Mr. Glen Elk died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was...
No!
There was another man. It was Phoenix, right? He's guilty.
No!
They kill him.
Shut your mouth!
Get him.
I knew you were dirty, right?
Quick, dildo!
So Maggey was telling the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright.
One more thing I need to do. That's stroke my ego. I gotta break this guy's back and get him to spit out the name of the real killer.
Who do you guys think it was?
I
think it was
Phoenix.
Phoenix wrong.
Yeah.
Wait, did Phoenix take his own
Phoenix.
photo out of here? People kept telling that he looked ugly and weird.
I mean,
Phoenix, why's your photo not here?
Never mind, guys. His photo's right here.
Oh, yeah, it is Phoenix.
It's in this dance of Ring Around the Rosie, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man you've been referring to.
Who is that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh, I don't know, maybe a month ago in this very courtroom. Anyways, this man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. Let me just tell you, they're not very tender.
But they are very good lenders.
No point in trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre. I was not what he had this any idea against you.
It's true, I had a chastity belt on and he had the key.
Oh, chastity? Anyways, $500,000 loan from the black market. Loan shark. And a key to chastity belt, apparently. You know how, you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
It is as you say. At first, it got very kinky. It was a lot of role playing, but then he was like, "Have we cover up a murder?"
What I say, can know what you say.
Mr. Armstrong.
Tigre, he told me he was going to use my business for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and the inconscient Maggey out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen.
I think we now can safely say the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre.
I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. We still on for tonight?
Yeah.
The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron's pocket. Was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggey who had done it. I was not. It is despicable.
Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness? I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow.
30 minutes.
7 minutes.
That's
7 minutes so I can spare to play with you.
Nanny. See, I'm working on my Nippon as well.
The trial will go on. I'll see it to myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more, not a minute less.
Maybe
Look at you, wasting all my precious time, and here you spend it running around.
Don't sit back and relax yet, Trite.
It's right.
No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way.
Very well, your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess.
Yay, recess!
We're finally gonna see Tigre on the stand.
I'm gonna see him in a cage. The Chastity one.
We almost got this case one.
I wish I could agree.
Huh?
Boss examined Mr. Armstrong just now. He said he was just doing what the Tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth.
You're mean. You think Mr. Armstrong was lying?
Sorry if you think I'm mean, but I really don't know. But
Yeah, you're really mean.
Oh, okay. Sorry. But anyways, if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're going to need. Yeah, we do. We got fine shine.
Hey, pal.
Huh? Ooh, good. Why are you so angry?
Why are you so jumpy about it, Detective? You're getting all nervous around him.
Hey, that's the pot that's the pot calling the kettle black, Miss Top Knot.
It's not a top knot. It's actually a bun.
Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, all right?
I can't stand still when I have a job to do. I get kind of wound up. Ah!
Oh, and it's all over my leg. No kidding.
You got some gum on your shoe.
Yeah.
Anyway, you gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything.
Well, I have been feeling kind of stressed lately. I could use the relief.
Anyway, I'm gonna take a jog back down to the precinct. I can get some prints analyzed for you if you got an hour.
An hour? The trial would have reconvened by then.
But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right?
That's true. Without some kind of trump card to pull it off the bag, we're really stuck. You said you could get some fingerprints analysis done in an hour?
You bet.
In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? It's the green bottle with the gun sauce.
Yeah, it smells like shit.
No, it's gonna be the brown one, maybe.
Yeah, we want that one.
The other one had Maggey birds on it.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to the station anyway, could you find out whose prints are on this?
Oh, hey, that's a small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right?
Yeah, it's how we solved this last mystery of who the prints on it belonged to.
Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back.
I think we need to lose this case before he gets back. It's pretty much the final showdown, I guess. Guess you can call it a Shinjuku showdown.
It's time to separate the frauds, excuse me, from the real guys.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of these frauds. Speaking of frauds, your voice sounds different.
I'm just feeling a little sick.
Oh.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre?
I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem.
I can go for a 3-cup job.
Tamed him.
3-cup job.
Name may be Furio Tigre, but come on.
He's pretty lively. Be careful. He still bites.
Inky.
Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand.
Yeah. I'm so mad.
Witness.
don't hide under the table. Oh, Master's written down for you too.
It's not.
No.
Here, would
What did you say to me?
You're saying nothing on this.
Could have guessed fear would be induced bad Brooklyn accent in a judge.
I got business to take care of. You hear me? Wow. So who the hell called me into this hole? Was it you, Spiky?
Of course not. It was. My joke thing?
Oh, I forgot I introduced to drop my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, just carry on with the proceedings as normal.
That's it. Fucking cooked.
You didn't hear me. I said who the hells was it that called me in here?
There's no need to shout. We can all hear you clearly.
What do you say?
There's no point in struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of law. And I am the one that holds you in.
Oh.
Which aura?
Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. He's the fraud.
You're right.
Let's
Yeah,
start
he's
with
right.
the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct?
Incident? Sorry, that a piece of chocolate cake.
Oh, can I have a bite?
Fuck no. I didn't know nothing about no stinking incident, mask boy.
Hey, leave my mask alone. You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggey Bird?
You? I got more important things to do, Dane what kind of
Well said.
Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder.
Phoenix Wright.
That's me.
You was the one who set this up, didn't you? You was gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying?
Maybe I should have brought Fine Shirt with me today.
Get a grip, Nick.
I'm grippy, all right.
I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent all of my time in the office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from the tender lender every single day. You just want to check my alibi? Just guess Violetta.
At last, I found my pen.
You find your balls down there too, old man?
My pen 15. Don't do that. I hurt my feelings.
I knows these kind of games that guy in the blue plays.
Oh, you mean like
That
Apex?
lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away his stupid details till he wins.
Lowlife? Me?
Listen up, Smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to the case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000, and you's gonna borrow the cash from me.
Unload contract. I refuse to sign.
And don't think I ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger.
I love a good spectator sport.
Just a minute. That's really not.
The witness is, how can I put it? He's got aura, and you don't. He has a presence. You can feel it when he walks in the room.
The alpha
Get on his
does
bad
not.
side, and he'll bite everyone's head off. Yours too.
I have no poise, but to impose a penalty system here.
You better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big, bountiful business.
Big booming business.
I got big bootylicious bitches. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my busty ladies.
I say we let him go.
Booming.
The alpha takes priority over the judge. Okay, keep in mind. Don't fuck up, dummy.
Yeah, Jill Yang.
You can do it, Nick. Maybe.
Can you come out from under the table already, would you? You're freaking me out.
No, I can't, actually.
Alright, listen, the longest time someone's ever under this table was... Never mind.
Okay, buddy.
Look, I don't buy that you haven't ever heard of the incident that occurred at Tribulations.
You've got a big mouth, right? You was trying to say I was in on some mob shit. Is that what you was trying to say? Where's your proof then?
Evidence, yes. Yeah. Well,
for an attorney to make an accusation in court, you must have evidence. That's from a loan shark to a lawyer, a beginner's guide. Yeah?
Ah, I see you're the studious type, Mr. Tigre. Very good.
Why don't you ask him to represent you sometime, Trite?
What should I do? Press harder.
Leave it. It's not that good.
No, we have the calendar though.
It's too dangerous to press things without knowing where they might end up.
No, the calendar was on the dead guy's desk.
Bites my dick off.
Yeah, but it said meet with the tiger.
Oh, well, that doesn't mean it was murder. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but that means he was there. That means he met with the tiger.
Oh, well, it doesn't say where.
Okay, whatever.
Imagine doing everything in his power to defend the tiger.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not owned. I'm not owned.
My time ain't free, you hear? You's better remember that. If I miss that bus, someone's gonna pay.
Oh. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? We're taking about 1 month ago, you know.
You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is.
Yeah, I know. Oh god, I want to crack her.
Pardon? She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says. So that's where I was.
That seems rather, sketchy.
There he goes again. I wonder what the tiger did all December, isn't that yet? What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So now what?
See, this is where you press him.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a genius. Yeah.
What do you want?
Oh. Can I get you a number? I mean, if you wouldn't mind going in a bit more detail.
This is a dead end, right? And you know it. Remember the rules.
Good job, bitch ass Sob. Anyways, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately. Victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in office that day too?
Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I'm a DJ, you see.
Oh.
I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats who want to do business with me.
Meow.
They were filming Cats, the musical.
Oh, hell no.
I fucking love musicals.
Oh,
I had
God.
never seen that young kid before.
I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please.
Mr. Tigre, the court asks you to add that last statement to your testimony.
If an animal beats you, be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself.
Animals, like animals.
No.
Okay, you guys are right.
Yeah!
Phoenix, right?
It's a team effort right there.
Hell yeah. Mr. Tigre, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenelg. But it appears that Mr. Glenelg knew you.
What?
Well, you see, Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger. And the date? December 3rd.
December 3rd. That's the day of the murder. The murder.
So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one, Mr. Glenelg. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him.
Not bad. He was actually not bad.
Gomenasai? Nanikore?
Sinjay desu. I was just messing with you to see how good you were.
He was just teasing you.
I'm very good.
You're great. You're so good.
Oh, thank you. I've heard that before, but my husband's kind of out of state. That's one compliment I could do without. Plus, he's lying through his tip.
Please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated.
You's calling me a liar. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, what, though?
I'm going too. Like, I think we should get out of here.
Looks like Shaggy's under the table again. So you're saying that you claim to have never seen that kid before? Is that the truth?
I said I'm dead serious. You's better believe that's the truth.
Huh. Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic.
He's gonna have some crocodile?
That is, while you testify...
It's not good for you, Godot. It'll cut your arm off.
Hey, that is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre.
Oh, yes. Would you mind indulging the court witness?
Never actually met the victim? It's gotta be a lie right there. This time I nailed this guy.
Come on.
Got my astro glide.
How are you now?
How can we crack this guy?
I never met Glenn Elg, but whatever the fuck his name was. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office. Tender lender. I wait around for him, but he ain't never showed. I ain't never been to that Tres Bien joint. He's here.
That all seems pretty logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up.
I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, yes, my Jitliang.
Didn't I tell you we got a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you. Wrong.
It's whatever.
People all over the world joining. Start a love train. Love train.
Alright, he says he's never been there.
Was there someone at the table?
CD! The CD.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. How did he not meet him if he didn't have the CD?
Oh yeah, it was the CD was in his what's it called? In his
CDs.
office.
I don't know.
The weenies.
The weenies.
Oh, maybe it's the thing that he was just hovering over.
It's the matches.
Yeah, maybe it's the thing that's a straight piano on it.
Guys, how else do you cremate
Wait, no,
someone?
I really think
You
it's
start
the
with
CD
matches.
Is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches?
Matches? What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, you remember our matching undies? You know, the ones we kind of got when we were shopping at
Tiger
Victoria's
print,
Secret? Yeah, those ones, like, you kind of left them at my place last night, and yeah. I was actually going to give them back to you, but, you know, I usually pick it up from you and, you know, have my fun with it, but, yeah.
What's this guy talking
Anyways, we found them in the office at Tinder Lender.
What the fuck?
Well, if you've really never been to Tres Bien before, it shouldn't be an issue. I mean, they sell tiger's milk there. I thought it was yours. Anyways, what's that book of the matches doing at your desk?
You've been sticking around in my stuff. Now, dude, wise guy, what are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me.
You told me that last night when you were sniffing my panties.
Order.
One thing, let's make one thing clear. You were sniffing me.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't tell because you were in cosplay.
Sorry, it's just we look so similar. I got confused.
I think it's time you start telling us the truth, don't you?
This guy's a punk.
I ain't no pussy cat, and I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was in the joint that day.
I don't go back on what I said, but I just did.
What?
Shut the fuck up. Shut. But listen good. I might have been there, but I still never met that kid.
Well, looks like an order just came in for another testimony.
This close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenelg that day. He did put poison in his coffee. He must have.
supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be. So I split. I heard the cop sounds on my way out, and I went straight back to my office.
Didn't actually meet with him in the end then. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, my Julian.
Hold it! Hold it! If I was gonna wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. And that's where our sponsor comes in, ExpressVPN. No more stupid questions.
No more tracking your data.
You can watch all the Phoenix X Edwards smut you want without having to worry about being tracked.
Safe and secure connections. No one else will know your own data. Encrypted, just between you and the provider. Now you can watch Cave Attorney anytime from anywhere.
Get Wi-Fi for free anywhere you go.
Anytime Wright presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty.
Mr. Godot, that's my job.
No, he can have it,
Your job is to slam your little hammer of yours and call guilty verdict. My job is to punish him.
It's average.
So do it.
It's average. Yes, sir.
Special Express ain't cheap, right? So yous know since yous paying.
Doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here?
Nope.
That's a good
It's all
question.
the rule of the jungle, baby.
Yeah. Welcome to the jungle.
We got fun and games.
An ugly scene. What do you mean?
Objection! The witness has already told us, Tried. I think we all know what he means, which makes that question irrelevant.
But...
No buts. I limit myself to 17 cups of coffee during a trial. That's the rule.
Didn't one guy take like 20 and then fucking die from caffeine?
Wouldn't be me.
That's
You
why you
better
gotta take
limit the
17.
number of times you take a penalty, Tried. It's almost like you want to be punished. Or your guts will look like this. Wait, what is he doing with the gut? Oh my god. Or your guts will look like the inside of a chimney
No,
after
really.
I'm done with them.
What is this supposed to be implying?
Yeah, how is he punishing it?
He's guys. He's putting the ashes down his throat. That's what.
He's gonna cremate him.
He's gonna make me cremate, alright.
Don't make me cream at you again, Mr. Wright.
I shouldn't have pressed him on that.
I guess I'm gonna make that Special Express after all.
So, to recap, this ugly scene you saw was...
It was stiff.
You mean you saw Glenn Elg's dead body?
I guess I did. But I only saw him from behind. He was wearing some raggy bit of cloth he called a hat. Raggedy ass.
What time is this?
I don't know.
What you mean,
You know what winds me up more than anything else in the world? Watches. Round watches. I ain't gonna pollute my paws with some ticking henpecker.
What'd you call me?
Interest, Mr. Tigre. What winds you up the second most?
Huh? What do you think? Square watches. And after that,
guess the third
triangle
is
watches.
Triangle? Oh, yeah.
And after that, trapezoid watches.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, diamond watches. Oh, look, all I need to know is what was something bad that was going down in that place.
So you didn't actually set foot inside the restaurant then?
The Tiger's a busy pussy cat. I didn't hang around for no one. I ain't got time to be caught up in no murder investigation.
So, when exactly did you pick up the matches?
There are matches just inside the front door, Right. Our detective friend wound up in trouble with the chef after taking 5 books home. Said he was burning some evidence.
Oh, Gumshoe, it's almost enough to make a man cry.
Well, doesn't it say he
Well,
met?
okay, no,
supposed to meet at
okay,
3
wait, go to
o'clock?
the door plans, go to the restaurant plans.
How could he see him from the door if he opened the door?
Yeah, no,
He's
there's no
fine.
way you could have seen him over the door because he
The
was.
door-
he
the
was
door's
sitting
right there,
behind it
behind
after.
Yeah.
You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre?
No one escapes the Tiger's claws.
Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro.
What?
You ever seen How to Catch a Predator?
Oh,
You're that predator I'm about to catch. and no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches.
Oh, is that your persona, Phoenix? Good for you.
What's this trait? You
Yeah,
think you're some
actually,
sort of bird?
his name's Grills. He likes making grilled cheeses with his fire.
Well,
anyways, these are the floor plans of the crime scene. You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre? From here, your field of vision would have been covered by an area something like this.
Indeed, the witness would have a clear view of the window. Hold on. No, let me try that again. This is fine.
Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head.
Oh, wow. Unfortunately for you, that's not possible. The court would think back. You'll remember between each of the tables is a tall partition.
Why, that's true!
Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, field of vision of any customer walking in ends here.
There was a mirror.
What's wrong, Mr. Tigre? Sweating bullets. From the entrance of Tres Bien, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat, but you did see the victim that day, because you met with him.
Wrong. Trite, did you forget about the mirror? Have you forgotten about the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table.
Clearly you forgot. The defense just proved that point to be mute. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glen Elk, but a fake.
What?
In order to have Mr. Kudo fully testify, the real killer poses the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade.
Shit.
That will do. That'll do. This trial has gone long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? You say the killer murdered Glen Elg, and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo? In that case, Mr. Wright, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court.
Maya Fey.
Maggey Bird.
Yeah, Maggey. Man, it's the monster of disguises himself.
Bruto Cadaverini.
The fucking tiger just puts on his hat and the fucking HMD and it just looks just like him.
Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it.
What? Well, witness.
Now that's cute.
Oh,
You think you
so
can...
cute!
You think you can pin this on the tiger? Maybe you don't understand. The tiger is king of the jungle. So I dares you to say it again. Come on, you got the guts.
You can't threaten me, Mr. Tiger. It's the defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. White. Mr. White!
Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. Wow, you've got guts, I'll give you that.
But Mr. Wright, do not leave me to handle this alone.
Perhaps I can end this embarrassment for him.
Mr. Godot.
Let's just go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see just the victim. Oh no. Serving girl. Wait, no, this is the wrong voice.
The serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Was the victim he saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee.
Yes. It was the waitress.
Hey, I'm back up here. Very impressive, Mr. Godot. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Wow.
Found your pen at last, Trite?
Actually, I already knew it was where it was. It was actually in my ass. Point aside. Anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, supposed Mr. Glen Elg, and the waitress from behind.
Yes, your point, Mr. Wright?
I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glen Elg was really the killer in disguise, And surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show.
You mean the waitress was an imposter as well?
The defendant, Miss Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her.
Who on earth was it? Who was
It
the
was
waitress?
The guy.
Victor Kudo, of course.
He was perving over himself the whole time.
Who was it? Who that baddie?
Her name. Fuck. Her name is Viola Cavardini. Cadaver. Her name is Viola Fuck.
Who's making a big mistake? Do you know whose Violetta's grandfather is? You just better be going home in an armored truck tonight if you know what I mean.
Stop shaking, Nick.
Sorry, my hemorrhoids are acting up. Where was I? Yes, the defendant. Miss Bird stated the following.
Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there's another customer in the restaurant. Sorry, making your butt twin. And she had a kind of cackling laugh.
That's fair.
Is that Freddy?
Too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. Earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And a radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There's only one logical explanation that clears up all these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice. Once for real and once for show. And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you.
Witness? What have you got to say?
That's cute.
Go Menesari.
Simon, you's alright. I could do with a guy like you around.
What do you mean?
Join my harem.
Oh, okay.
I'm in on this game.
Oh, alright.
I'm just gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give yous one more thing to think about before I go.
Something to think about? I don't really know. I don't like thinking.
That was obvious from the beginning. Yous got it all wrapped up nice, huh? Right? I'll swaddle like a newborn adorable baby kitten. But yous missed out on the real important thing.
So cute.
But it can't be.
I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid, too. I shouldn't phrase it like that. Oh no. But I couldn't have poisoned him. You hear?
What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre?
What a troublemaker.
Troublemaker?
Naughty. Looks like we're going to need another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony.
Sure. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at Tribulations between yourself and the victim?
Yeah, I loaned out cash. About $100,000 that day. We was due to have a little chat. That kid had hit his paycheck day, you see. So anyway, he's telling me he got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy, and he starts screaming. Yes, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know, real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she done, everything would have been over.
Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Elg was $50,000.
Yeah, well, you've got the VIG to take it into account, and interest builds up fast, you know.
Faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal.
And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question.
Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got that $500,000 just in time. So I have no reason to kill a kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case.
Motive? He has to have one, but what is it? MC Bomber, the new Electric motor functioning suction blowjob stimulation device.
The fuck are you talking about?
All right, we already had one sponsor. We can't have another one.
The waitress, you mean?
The girl with the glasses who is in the defendant's chair. Welcome, I mean. If she hadn't gotten away with it, things would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with.
We should push a little on this. Ask how things would have been.
Yeah.
They would have got married. Let's get married. What do you mean things would have been over and done with?
Are yous all there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my $100,000 back, that's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way.
As far as I can tell from the witness's testimony, other than recouping back his loan, Mr. Tigre had no motives for killing the victim. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said.
Tiger's motive, huh?
I think we have to try and introduce the MC Bomber into this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, let's just do it. See what happens.
So you just intended to give back the $100,000 Mr. Elg owed you, correct?
I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, I don't believe the $100,000 is really what you were after.
Objection! What are you getting at, Wright? What else would a moneylender be after than money?
The moneylender was after the money, but money in a totally different league. The kind of money that a single disc like this would fetch.
What is that?
A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber.
A computer virus. What is that?
Computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the inside of the computer.
A computer? Like from Hidden Figures?
This is the only part of his honor that is in the Stone Age. I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market.
$7 million?
Anyways, lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for a business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elg had no way to repay the money is crucial.
What?
Glenn Elg was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. I guess you could say he was a genius. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow the money.
Objection! You're trying to suggest the witness's motive was to get hold of that program? Honestly.
Uh-huh, exactly.
The witness may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot, Wright, like you. A man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder.
Of course he could, provided that he had time. What if he needed the money right then? When the pressure's on, the luxury choice tends to disappear.
Seems you got a logical conclusion to this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us?
The hospital bill.
Why did Mr. Tigre need the money?
In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter, in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery.
How much of this do you know?
Enough for her to let me crack. See, these medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. And yet, when the payment was due last month, you somehow managed to pay it in full.
$1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone should sue them HMOs.
No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue.
But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay. Because his very life depended on it.
That did not pick up.
I did not. I saw. I did not. Definitely did not.
Order! You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright?
Indeed it did. simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini.
Did you just say Cadaverini?
Yeah, I've said it like 5 times. I get like the second time I said it, I said Cadillac, but it's a really tough word to say, really. I almost bit my tongue off trying to pronounce it. Anyways, Kudo Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all the underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? I mean, it makes sense. You were desperate to acquire that $1 million Bruto Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glen Elk's life to pay your debt. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on the CD. Glen Elk had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say that never happened, but he can't. And neither can I.
Lottery win.
Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elk won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way.
Sprinkle a little bit of cum in there. Sugar and sugar and Coke and everything, bro.
Of course, he cremated Glen Elk and then put it into his coffee, and it killed him.
Yes, turned his insides
Cremated
to
it, put him in his coffee, made him drink it, and it killed him. Definitely not the cremation.
And then they cremated him afterwards to hide the body.
Double
And
cremated,
so
bro.
completing the time
double fried pork
paradox.
roast. Yummy.
That's crazy.
Crazy? I was crazy once. I once got milked by 5 hours from Edgeworth, and it drove me crazy. Crazy. I was... He murdered Glen Elk, and then he made his next move, to frame Maggey Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glen Elk, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Mrs. Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one who we heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kudo.
Like I said, Wright, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way their chef could have been kept in the dark about it.
You see, that's where you're slow, Mr. Godot. Bars. Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along with the Tigre's plan.
Oh, shit. Order! Order!
You's put on a good show, Spiky.
The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright.
Wrong. If yous want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like the kid, great a witness and frame someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that.
I agree. No. Despite your appearance, you were very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bird had no way out.
What? Another one, Mr. Wright.
Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Wright? What was this trick you say Mr. Tiger performed to frame the accused?
No, yeah, to be the bad, because he took over the position as an attorney.
Yeah.
What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation.
I'm not gonna lie, Your Honor. Wow, you're about as dumb as a pile of rocks that just got shitted on. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me, my little fanboy. The truth, I know.
But the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright.
Unless, now that I think about it, it was you, baby. No doubt it was you standing in there. This very court a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I've seen.
Objection! Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. I mean, I already know it was him, but are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him? Ooh. You're gonna have the judge testifying in his own court. Come on, get him up there.
Get about it. Yeah?
Huh?
I wouldn't do something like that. Not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh?
Yeah, right, Phoenix, wrong. Nice try. You're not fooling me. Have you no pride?
Objection! My pride!
I say in pride.
This isn't a matter of pride, Trite. In this case, you didn't know, Trite. Here in court, we deal with people's lives.
Have you ever played Roblox with your life on the line, Godot?
Mr. Godot was right.
Your Honor?
Speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I slipped into a weird accent there. I preside over this court as the judge with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it. If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive.
But we've come so far.
You say he impersonated Glenn Elg. You say he impersonated you. Could he even impersonate me? But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee.
Laughing at me?
Sucks to be you, right?
Apparently not. You were me.
Don't mess with the tiger. Or else you'll get mauled. You got that.
I managed to do here is chase him around for a bit. I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt.
Huh. Looks like I won't be needing a refill.
Just had one more piece of evidence.
Gumshoe!
One more piece of evidence, and maybe I could get Maggey off the hook. Is this where Gumshoe comes in?
Yeah, you don't. This is just like my favorite movie, My Cousin Vinny. I'm not kidding. Watch that movie.
Hold it.
I called it.
Yeah, Your Honor, sir. Wait!
Detective Gumshoe!
Last minute clutch.
Actually, don't mind that you came on my foot. I kind of liked it.
Sorry it took so long, pal. I staked everything on this. My badge, the works. So here it is. My heart's counting on this too. I'm trying to crack.
What does that mean, Mr. Detective?
Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence. Yeah, they're all just kind of standing there. January 8, 2:48 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results from the lab.
The results?
About the prints, pal. From this medicine bottle.
Oh, so do you know who those prints belong to now?
Do you think I'm some sort of hack detective? Of course I know.
Uh-oh.
So, tell us. They're the tigers, right? I knew it!
You bet. Clear as crystal, all over the bottle. They're Furio Tigre's paw prints, alright?
That's great! We caught him now, Nick. What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick.
I know. Look, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to say, but... It really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on the bottle now.
What? Why not?
We need to produce, at this stage in the trial, this irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glenn Elk's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle really doesn't make any difference now.
I knew it. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
This was our last chance to help Maggey. I've been working on some useless pieces of evidence the whole time. She'll never let me hit. But It's all right. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal.
I'm a weirdo.
Oh,
Detective Gumshoe?
what the hell is that?
What?
I just heard like some alarm go off in yours background.
Wakey.
But Maggey,
You been working on something for me?
I'm sorry I let you down, Maggey. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of your hair now.
Detective Gumshoe, wait.
isn't there anything we can do now, Nick?
I wish there was. She worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it.
What do you guys think?
I think, I'm sure it took jorking it. I think Viola's gonna come in and she was like, yeah, it was him. She's gonna like force him to confess or else he's gonna get hunted down by the mob or something like that. He's like,
Oh, Mr. Wright, sorry.
yes, my Jill Yang.
I was deep in thought about this ear medicine. I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you discovered.
Yeah?
Don't keep us all in suspense, Trite. Show us. Whip it out, naturally. We can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we?
Hey, Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste.
How much more of my time are yous gonna waste? I ain't been in no court before, but yous lawyers show know how to blow things out of proportion.
I know how to blow all right.
No
Yeah, I guess
doubt,
that'll
given
do.
the nature of this evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright.
Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. He's backed into a corner here. Maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit.
Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final decisive evidence to the court.
Just give him the weenies.
Yeah, the weenies. Okay, no.
I mean, we have to present this. Like,
Okay. Well, I mean, all it proves is that he was impersonating him, doesn't it?
This is defense's final piece of evidence.
Isn't that the victims?
Your Honor, naturally the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We've clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tigre.
What?
Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information?
Wait, no, that's a lie. Nobody knows it. Everybody thinks it was poison because it was placed on Maggey Bird.
No, that's a different bottle.
Oh yeah, it was the brown one. Fuck.
Yeah,
never
I mean,
mind.
it could have poison in it.
But it can't have poison because they tested it and it just had ear medicine.
Maybe the ear medicine is poison.
Maybe they mixed. Maybe they mixed cyanide in the ear medicine. Everybody in here knows what this bottle contains, except one man. One person in this court should theoretically be in the dark.
My prints are on your pansy-looking bottle. Is that what you're saying? Well, what the hell's in that anyway?
A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. The thing about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence.
oh shit.
That's right, I'm pulling an Edgeworth. Tigre, this is the decisive piece of evidence that you prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains potassium cyanide. Yeah.
Oh.
This bottle contains potassium cyanide.
Potassium cyanide.
The poison used to murder Mr. Elk, Your Honor, the victim's killer used. This very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigre, we found your fingerprint. Well, cat got your tongue.
You'd make a good clown, you know that.
What?
Yous ain't never gonna get this to stick. You's just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger?
The bluff?
I can see straight through you, Phoenix Wright. That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it.
No. This is the bottle we found traces of poison in.
Don't mess with the tiger, or you're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown, and it was made of glass.
Thanks for Confirm it,
Shut
everybody.
Piece of trash doesn't look nothing like. Oh fuck!
Shut the fuck up, dog. Shut the fuck up.
I'm
This man and his big mouth.
Hook and sinker. Looks like Daddy Phoenix caught a tiger. He's gonna make a rug.
Did I say that out loud?
Got him. Last.
What? Why? Why is everyone gone quiet? I said that. Well,
Yeah, we heard what you said. Is this the bottle you're referring to?
Yeah, that's it. The bottle with the cyanide was in. But you ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy-looking suit fool you people. That's just lawyers playing games. Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go.
You still haven't figured it out. Don't you realize what you've just said?
What I said? What did I just say?
If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. But just now you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison.
You don't know who's you messing with. I'm the Tiger. I control millions of dollars in the black market.
It says that out loud in court.
You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get the better of me?
Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. That's just what you deserve. Phony trial with the phony Phoenix. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all.
Fraud.
Fraud alert.
Boo that guy!
God damn!
Holy impact frames.
Hey, who turned off the lights?
Sorry, that was my day.
What's going on?
It looks like a blackout.
Well done, Wright. I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you.
Ow!
Savor it.
Oh, he's still here? He should have ran.
While you watch the police restrain your prey.
Was he good? He was kind of just frozen there.
Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe. If this one hollers, he won't be let go.
He just want to get his bars off.
Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre, Mr. Godot?
He's being arrested on suspicion of the murder of Glenelg, Your Honor.
Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Ms. Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yeah, she was.
Hey, that's my line.
And in the absence of genuine evidence, but the tiger made one mistake.
Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for one slip of the tongue. Furio Tigre is a truly frightening criminal.
Ha! You were frightened? The truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there.
Oh, love triangle. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggey Burr.
Guilty!
No,
Not guilty! Congratulations. Assuming you're not guilty, how do you feel?
Oh, finally.
Goodness gracious.
Pledge allegiance to the cafe.
With that salute of hers, yeah.
Guys, I think if you're trying to at least 2 murders, you gotta
Wait.
get out of jail free
January
card for the
8th,
third.
410, District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 1.
Does this mean I get to keep my job, Mr. Wright?
No, you're actually fired. You're actually never
Damn.
allowed to step foot in this
I
county.
mean, well,
again.
I mean, Armstrong was like an accomplice, so you might be out
Well,
of a job.
actually, the business is now under.
And damn, what am I gonna do now? Gas prices are like $5 a gallon.
Congratulations, I guess. Good luck out there.
I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago, but now I feel like I can forgive him.
That wasn't me, Maggey. It's the tiger.
Look, Nick, in the
I
doorway.
am the tiger.
Hello.
Gumshoe.
Oh, I guess I'll be heading off. I gotta scram.
Wait.
Oh. Oh no
Pull him
no.
by the ear. Detective Gumshoe.
Oh yeah. Congratulations, Maggey. Type shit.
Thanks. Type shit. Uh-huh.
I knew you were innocent all along.
Uh-huh. Why didn't you say that in your testimony then?
Well, I was. Well, I guess I'll be heading off then. See you around.
Wait up, detective. He just ran off.
Maggey, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his ass for you. Like, literally.
Oh, my ass.
It's to him that we got the medication bottle.
That wasn't even of any use.
But
It's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was running in circles.
Poor guy. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him.
And I can't
is
after
there a
those
way to put
weenies.
in a good word for him? Little Mag the Huzz?
Phoenix, I think you need to crack Maggey in front of Gumshoe.
Huh? My goal is Viola, not Maggey.
What?
Yeah, but
Why
Maya's
both?
right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. He needs to crack. Maggey? You know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all this.
I wanted to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. And that jail cell is not the best.
You didn't have a choice, Maggey. He's a detective. He has to
It's not
report the
his fault
fact.
he did his job.
Yeah, but I also had to wear this beige dress for like days. He doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it.
To prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. The weenies.
Oh god. Are you about to crack
super
me?
weenie.
Oh.
He's giving
The
her
weenies, no.
Gumshoe's weenie.
The lobster.
Please no, not the,
No,
oh, the lobster.
How long is?
Bring out the
Did you
lobster.
even put that in the fridge? Right? Did you even put that in the fridge?
Tenderly handmade lunchbox fills the stomach. I would love.
Oh,
Here you go. Have a present to celebrate your freedom. Makes you really hungry.
That's...
Present from Detective Gumshoe. Made with a ton of love. And even more weenies.
love from down
He said
below.
you lost weight and he was really worried about it. So he made you another one.
I actually really like weenies, you know? Just not his. Or maybe his. I don't know.
Did you guys hear that?
I think it might have been a barking spider.
Oh my god, it might be.
Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it?
Is it okay if I eat this now?
Yeah, just
With
eat it
my
before
bare
Maya
hands.
does. And veteran week.
Damn, how's she fighting 5 weenies in her mouth
Oh,
at
no, she's
once?
actually eating it. Wait. So wait, how is it?
Eating it. It's really good.
Yeah, she's really choking those down.
Tells you I make a good weenie.
I'm just an expert.
So the case of the phony versus genuine comes to an end. The false
Check,
allegations
check.
surrounding Maggey have all been cleared up.
Damn, she
As well
gobbled
as
up
her
the whole
plate.
thing.
Who knows? Maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. As soon as she finishes cracking Mr. Gumshoe.
You reckon
I'm cracking
Gumshoe's
him?
a top or a bottom?
Yeah.
Obviously, Gumshoe's the bottom.
The end. Congratulations.
How else do you think the cave attorney Mpreg is gonna happen?
Edgeworth.
Yeah, weenies were nice and everything, but now onto the shit everyone cares about. Look at that drip. Oh my
The
goodness.
homosexual relation between Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright.
Y'all see the fit?
Guys, this is the return of Taffy Cat 36.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gypped out as fuck, so what? Phoenix, it's my turn to crack you.
Okay.
Move over, Godot. It's my turn.
But yeah, that was the little shindig.
That was good. I liked the tiger in the courtroom. It was funny.
The imposters really were among us.
They were.
In this yeah.
Yeah. Which is so funny because like the game, like the thing before this, we were fucking talking about imposters and whatnot on fucking Among Us. like the trial before that one.
But what do we think of chapter 3?
Peak.
Well,
Except for Mr. bear print panties guy.
Yeah, I think Conjecture is
I think-
better, guys.
Well, at least he was better than fucking Maximilian.
I was gonna say this case or Big Top.
This case for sure.
I think
out of
think
the
about it for
three
a second,
so
guys.
far,
You get
not
you
the
get Mo,
strongest,
you get
but-
Mo. Like, would you really give up Mo just to be
Yes.
I'd give up
just to
Mo
get
for
rid of
Godot.
that?
I'd sacrifice Mo for 50 cents and a lighter.
Damn.
We go Joe Daddy for $50 and a lighter.
Sumi reprising her role as Maggey. I really like that they brought Maggey back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only to get convicted again. Like that's why.
Yeah, only to be arrested again. Yeah.
And to lose her job again.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
What job do you think she'll get next?
She's gonna have to
police officer, then
OnlyFans.
waitress.
I think
now.
her and Adrian Andrews are gonna get along just well.
I
can already see the Yuri fan art.
out of all the chapters in this game, this one was my least favorite, but
Yeah, I think
Like-
I'd agree so far.
but like not it's not the same like distance and quality that like Big Top
I think it
is.
was bad. I don't think it was bad. It's just not as good as the
Yeah.
other one. The other two are really
Like
good.
especially the first two. Like the first two are just like it's like
Absolutely.
Very
really
strong
good.
start.
This one's okay.
There's nothing wrong with me. Everything's right, like the Wright brothers. Everything's finished right, right?
Type shit.
Yes. Yes.
That's Armstrong little.